Hey everybody, it's Rick from the High Road Head Shop. I'm here with you today to show you how to take your populated grain bag and your substrate and combine it into your mono tub. Now, before I started filming this, I spent the time and wiped everything down with alcohol. Can't stress enough on just making sure stuff is as sterile as possible. Washing your hands, wiping everything down with 70% alcohol. You want to use that because it takes a little bit longer to evaporate. So actually, let's just scratch that whole part about the alcohol. I wiped everything down with alcohol is all you really need to know. So what we're gonna do first is make sure everything's clean, and then we're just gonna take our, oh no, I forgot a very important part of this. Excuse me one second. The most important tool whenever you're doing anything involved with the High Road is making sure you got everything in the right mindset. Unless you're driving, don't do that, that's bad. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our grain bag, I'm just gonna cut it open. I like to do it close to this stuff, tear open the rest of the way, and then just plop it right into the mono tub. Stuff gets pretty solid when it's fully inoculated, so you gotta break it up to get it out all the way. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. And so that's just gonna be down in there. Well, and then I'm gonna throw this in the trash. And we're gonna take about, I would say take about 75 to 80% of the substrate. We're just gonna mix these together, laying in the dirt. Now, if you opted to use gloves, it's always a good idea, but just washing your hands is going to be good enough. Try not to get any stuff behind the liner, which I just did all over the place. Probably would have been a good idea to tape the liner along the edges. To cover up the pat this all around. You don't want to force it down, but you also don't want it to be loose, if that makes sense. Like firm, but not compact. So now I'm there. Messy hands. Then I'm gonna take the rest of the substrate, dump that on top. And then spread this out to create kind of just a top layer. One thing I forgot to do, and I would recommend to, when you're starting a new tub, to cover up the holes with tape, just use an inch wide piece. When you get the mono tub, the tape's already there, but I had forgotten to do this, so I'm gonna go wash my hands, and Jess is going to put the tape on. So I will step away, probably get some better looking hands. I would recommend to use that.
Oh, you gotta get in the right mindset. Right. All right.
on is fold the corner so it's easy to get off later. Looks, because you're beautiful. All right, so the professional taper just got done taping, and that's it. Right now we have a Right now we have a mono tub that is in its early stages of growth. I'm gonna go ahead, quit talking, put this Michigan Myco cover over it, latch it in. The humidity will shoot up pretty quick. All the moisture you need is already in not only the grain bag, but the substrate. So we're gonna wanna keep it as humid as possible. About 90 to 99% humidity is great. 90 to 95, I should say. You wanna have moisture on the side walls. You'll see it starting to collect here on the sides. You don't really wanna have water sitting on the top. But these mono tubs are great. You're gonna have, you'll sit at the right humidity. Temperature wise, you wanna be between upper 60s to mid 70s is a really good range. Other than that, it's just set it and forget it for, I'm gonna take that out. Ronco food dehydrators might get mad at me. What you're gonna wanna do is take this and just forget about it for a week and a half or so, and we'll take some updated photos of the top of the cake so you can see how it grows, and then
what should we be looking for when we know we're ready for?
You'll see the top layer of this cake looks like frosting on it. It'll be a nice white mycelium growth growing all the way across it, and once it starts to pin, you'll see little black dots almost. Or actually, I don't know what they're gonna look like with the blue oysters. Maybe they're blue. Maybe they look like oysters. I don't know.
Sure, we don't know that.
We're gonna find out, but you'll see growth that's not mycelium when they're called pins. We'll try and get some photos of those as it goes along. But other than that, wash your hands as many times as you think you should, and then maybe 1 or 2 times more. Make sure you keep the area clean, the air not moving much around it, and you should be good to go. It's Rick from the High Road with his wonderful helper. This is snorted too. This is Rick from the High Road and his wonderful helper Jess, signing off and saying, remember to always take the high road.
Bye guys.